Aquarius. Thank you for joining me. This is gonna be your in-depth monthly reading for the major, and I'm gonna be getting the major energy, and for that I will be using the major arcana, animal spirit, and oracle deck. And at the end, after that I'm gonna delve deep into the situation by using different kind of tarot deck, and at the end I'm gonna give you the divinely timely message by using oracle mystic shaman oracle deck. Okay, and please keep in mind this is an intuitive free flowing message reading, so I go as I receive messages, as I get as I feel through the feelings readings. And then I do take jumpers from the deck, so sometimes it take more time to get the cards. Okay, so that's all. Okay, so let's get into the energy. Let's get okay, the star. That's your card. That's also your card. So that's very nice that we got your card as your major energy. Okay, the bear flew out, bear in reverse, and then Scorpio in reverse. One more, and we got starfish in reverse. Okay, let's get another. Let's get the oracle. These two come out. Usually I take one, but okay. Sacred union and the lion and the deer. Okay, I'm gonna take these two together because never two comes together. So this time it came, and I'm just gonna take it. Okay. Aquarius, I feel like this is you are in the energy of like really like, there is a, the place where we feel that we like all knowing and loving, that place of our within ourself, whether you call it our higher self or our intuitive self, or like however you want to name that place, name that self of yourself, where like it's like a very spiritual self of ourself, who understand even the darkest moment of our life, who understand that part of ourself, understands that part of ourself, has a lot of compassion and love for others, even though sometimes it feels like other people, some like, even though you feel like some other people do not deserve love, like on the material basis, deserve your love because they have done something wrong to you, or they are just a horrible being on the surface. But there is a part of you who understand the love irrespective of all this, and I feel like, and that is our challenge. Seriously, that is our challenge, to really reach to that part of ourselves, because there are so many things that happens in our life that it's very hard to be all generous and loving and open all the time, because there are, heart is real, those kind of feelings or emotion that we feel that hurt our body and mind and soul, that is also real. So it's not possible to always open that, like that self of our, to be like open all the time. So I feel like you are really you are really like focusing, you are really wanna keep that spiritual self of yours who understand and love other people, and the love, like in a connection. I do feel like this is a specific connection that you are kind of I'm kind of referring here. I feel like that you wanna, maybe you guys, something major happened, you guys are separated, something, things went down south, quarrelsome, enmity, whatever it is, but you are really trying to hold on to that feelings that gives you clarity and that gives you this reassurance in love. You are really hold on to that. You're trying to hold on to that, and you are doing everything in your power to keep that spiritual self of yours to be alive and not get, like too affected by, all this hardship and pain and all this darkness that is looming outside of you. So you are really trying to hold on to that higher self of yourself, and like really praying, because that from that, I'm gonna get there, because I'm getting these messages, because you are doing that because you love this person, and you don't want to let them go from your heart. So the only way to get in touch with them and still loving them, if you open up that spiritual self of yours, which still know how to love within the darkness, within the enmity, within the crisis, within the all this kind of negativity. So that's what I'm getting. This is your card, and it's like, it's very much that's what you are trying to do. And look at this, like everything came in reverse, like the bear came in reverse, the scorpion came in reverse, and the starfish, like, okay, like bear, sorry, bear, like the bear, like they are, it's interesting that they're earth sign, and bear is like, they are very spiritual, they see that, okay, you are doing, like, okay, I'm getting, sorry, recap. What I'm trying to say here, that with the bear here, in reverse, that even though on the level of materiality it doesn't make sense to hold on to this person, on hold on to this connection, because like if people ask you that what they did for you, okay, you are doing all these things, you are trying to hold on to them, you are trying to be understanding, but look at them, how they treated you, how they behave, they don't text, like they ghost you, they don't reply, they don't communicate, they don't consider your feelings. So on a level of real feasibility, like material reality, bear is like very spiritual, and bear understand that what is being given and what is being taken. So it reverse. So you are not really looking for this kind of material. You don't want to hold on to, even though you are aware that this person, this connection is not materially fulfilling, but at the same time you don't want to focus too much on material gain and loss. You don't want to, you don't want to focus on too much, because here you are manifesting something because you want to love them. You want to love them, you want to go all the way, even the way where you feel like you are not getting anything in return in material terms. Even in that kind of stages you want to love them, because you know, if you do not love them, it actually kills your spiritual being, and it makes you feel very numb and jaded, and kind of you don't feel your environment if you close off this connection. So this is for not only for their sake, you are doing it for your sake, your own well-being, that you want to keep that door open, and you know that you can only love them in a spiritual world, because material world, they really suck. That's why you are not focusing on material world too much, because you know that on material realm they don't really do much, they don't show up, they don't have the staying power. But you are not looking at this starfish, you are not looking on all this fabrication of material reality. You are not looking for all this kind of, like, that this relationship, this connection has lot of drawback. If you want to put a like a list on pros and cons on a paper is gonna be full of cons, this relationship, this connection. But at the same time, spiritually we're connected. So you don't want to focus on too much of negativity. You don't want to focus on too much of fabrication of material reality. You don't want to focus on too much of what I'm getting, what I'm gaining, what I'm giving, those kind of combination, calculation, scaling. You don't want to focus on anything, because you want to focus on the higher realm of connection, and that is a spiritual connection with them. Because that kind of connection, actually, even though in that kind of connection you feel free and you feel more lovable and capable of love, even though it doesn't have to do with that person, you are not even considering that person to come back to you and be together. If that happens, that's a bonus thing. But right now you're more focused on how you can keep that love alive within your heart, so that you can feel that you have the capacity to love people. You know what I'm trying to say? And these two came together, sacred union and the lion and the deer. Yeah, what is telling me with the lion and the deer is it's telling me that there is, it's drawing my attention to this dark, black hole kind of thing. There is a lot of, it is almost like feel like that your union is like your partnership. This connection feels like almost like a polar opposite, lion and the deer, prey and the hunter, that kind of thing. It feels like that, it feels like that one will just eat other, like it doesn't feel very realistically speaking, doesn't feel very compatible. But at the same time, it brings out this polar opposite that we need within ourselves. In each relationship there is this kind of, like or in Native American culture they call, like the two souls. This masculinity and femininity, it brings out this kind of polar opposition in order to bring the balance. That's what it is. It is, yeah. And you can feel that there is something, even though on paper, on reality, it doesn't make sense, this connection. But there is some kind of sacred union. There is some kind of bonding that you feel towards this connection, towards this person. And that's why you are trying to, like material understanding, material reality and practicality. You are trying to put those things in the back burner and really focus on your spirituality to keep this union live, to keep this union going. Because it is you guys are opposite, but there is something. If you can bring this team together, if you can tame the lion to make that lion understand that deer is not always for hunting, they are always not the source of food. It can be a source of companionship, it can be source of friendship, source of partnership, and both can learn from each other without killing each other. That kind of understanding, if you can bring in this connection, it is a sacred union, and then it can manifest in the real world. But in order to bring that understanding, you have to open up your spiritual, you have to hold on to your spiritual connection with this person. Otherwise, this material longing, material correctiveness gonna suppress the spiritual connection. Are you getting my point here? This is a very spiritual connection and spiritual reading here. Yeah, and I feel like with the lion and the deer, there is you can sense that, on a surface level, on a material level, on a 3D level, there is a lot of darkness, lot of shadowiness, and lot of energy that can suck you in, that can suck your spiritual energy and turn into some kind of jaded, materially bogged down kind of energy. You know that this connection has that capability to turn this whole thing into negativity, but you are fighting really hard to against this negativity. So you are focusing on your spiritual connection with this person rather than the material manifestation of that of this connection. Hope this makes sense. This is a little convoluted idea, but anyway. So let's go deeper into that, and this just came right into the hierophant. Okay, let's continue. Oh, oh wow. These three came out. Devil in reverse, the moon in reverse, and the strength. And the strength, which is deer, lion and the deer. Like again the lion and the, look at this lion and the lamb. It's a similar kind of energy. These three came together. Okay, one more, and then we're gonna start this. Oh, wow, this just jumped out, the magician. Okay. With the Hierophant, Aquarius, what I'm seeing that you are coming to an understanding that you initially thought that you have got everything. You initially thought that you are spiritually quite advanced. You are focused on your spiritual well-being. You are not really a person who can dwell on negativity for too long. And then you started feeling like, if I'm doing all these things, if I feel very confident about myself and my well-being and my how I exist as a being in this world, then why this connection is coming is like a triggering. It feels like a burden. Sometimes it did feel like a burden, because that's why your energy is like you want to hold on to the spirituality, because you went that path into the material understanding. Like, oh, are they doing all these things? Are they coming to me? Are they showing up? All this kind of things, all this kind of check, which is good. If you really want to manifest a relationship in a material realm, but all this checklist, this relationship does not fulfill. So you really it really confused you. It's really like, why this relationship is not panning out. But now you're really understanding that there is a lot of steps to go. And that's what I'm saying. Like to the lion and the deer. The lion and the deer is like a prey and hunter kind of relationship, right? It's a destructive relationship, because one will be eaten by the other. So in order to bring these two together, there is a lot of understanding and lot of spiritual growth that needs to happen. It's like how we two can come together in a positive way, in a productive way, in a building form way, without killing each other, so that we can find each other. We can find the partnership, love and relationship, friendship, companionship within each other, rather than just look at each other like a meat, how to kill other and how to hide from other for life. That kind of, you realize that there is a lot of steps that need to be taken before you can actually manifest. This Hierophant is a Taurus card, which is like a very much earthy. It understands the earthy manifestation. But in order to really reach to that, there is a lot of steps that need to be taken, that needs to be understood before this relationship can manifest into the like material world. Because right now it doesn't fit any of the checklist of material relationship. But spiritually you are still connected. Spiritually you still love them. Materially, every time you guys come together, it's like everything, something always falling short, and it feels like betrayal. It feels like like one-sided. It feels like you are putting too much effort, or they are putting too much effort. It feels like all these things. But spiritually, when you go deep inside that self that I was talking about in the beginning, who knows everything and who can love everybody irrespective of their like their shortfall, that person is still loving this connection, and that person is still loving, that version of you is still in love with this person, and still want to manifest this kind of spiritual bonding with this person. So you understand that in order to really get this material thing, if you want this relationship on a material base, like in like so-called 3D reality based, there is a lot of steps that need to take in place before that can happen. So that is the understanding that you are coming to, that's coming to you. And look at this, the devil in reverse, the moon in reverse, and the strength. You are really overpowering. You are really trying to get a hold of, like you don't, because our emotions are very real. Our emotion and feelings, everything is real. Like, so when you feel, when somebody doesn't show up, when somebody doesn't reciprocate the way you wanna, you reciprocate how much you give, you expect at least not, if you cannot give me 100%, at least give me 70%, but don't give me like 10% when I'm giving 100%, like that kind of equality in exchange of affection and love. Those kind of things can create a lot of emotional hurt and emotional chaos, emotional fogginess in our in ourselves. And that's true, that is true. But like you need to address those kind of feelings, you need to address those kind of like emotions. But you are right now, you are not entertaining those kind of no, they are not giving me, though they are not showing up, oh, they did not text me back, so why I should manifest this spiritual connection when they do not even know how to reciprocate in the real terms. Those kind of anger, those kind of frustration, disappointment, you are not focusing too much onto them, it's there, I'm not saying it's not there. I'm not saying you don't feel all this come to your mind from time to time, but you are not focused on this. That's why you are coming as a strength, and it takes a lot of willpower and lot of dedication and devotion at your end to really not focus on this, because those emotions are real and powerful. And and also with the devil, like that if you get too much into the material nitty gritty, like how much you are doing and how much they are doing, if you get into this kind of calculation, it's gonna be a devil trap for you. That you gonna be so consumed with the material exchange that your spiritual, that where from this self, like I talked initially, that you love that person, that spiritual being will be crushed, that spiritual being will be suffocating, and that's why you are not entertaining this kind of too much material gain at this moment. And it's taking a lot of power and lot of willpower, dedication and determination at your end. And it's not an easy journey, but you are trying to, it's not suppress, you are not suppressing your emotion, you are just saying right now it's not the time to dwell on my what I did not get and what I don't get out of this relationship. Rather than I'm gonna dwell on this, their higher self and my higher self, and how we are connected. Maybe we both are falling short when it comes to make it real in the material world, but spiritually we are connected and we are equal. Because when you go deep down, when you listen to your deep down soul, you can feel their presence, you can feel their connection, you can feel their devotion. But when it comes to earthly level, they you both kind of fall short, and you are standing your ground to make this spiritual connection more solid and focus on that rather than your emotion and this material unfulfillment feelings. But those gonna come, but right now you are focused on more on your spiritual being, on the spiritual connection of this bonding. And look at this magician is super focused, like you are, something maybe happened recently. You may have got some kind of download, maybe you try to detach yourself from this person, but every time you try to detach, something in your deep down in your core, deep down in your soul tells you that this is something, there is a bonding there between this person and you. And you feel like okay, why everything is falling short on a reality base, then why I'm feeling this like bond, this feeling, this kind of connection with this person, and that connection is full of positivity. And that, and because you come to this realization recently that there is a stronger bond that you have with this person, so you are really focused on, now you're really focused on this spiritual connection with this person, and accepting this failure of on the material based, and focused on the real success of the spiritual connection, and not focusing or not dwelling too much on the failure of the material realm. So there is like you kind of understanding there is like a two surface of this relationship. One is spiritual one, when your core soul is connected with their core, and then there is a material one, which is like a filled with practicality and how we survive within our surroundings that is given to us. So when it comes to materiality, it doesn't work between you two, but when it comes to spiritual connection, you guys are really bonded. And you try to not acknowledge that spiritual bonding for quite a long time, because materially it doesn't work, so it hurt your feelings, it created a lot of emotion. But now recently you came to this realization that You guys are spiritually bonded, and you are now focusing on, once you got that realization, you are fully focused on how to manifest this spiritual connection, and not really focusing on too much of negativity, too much of material transaction and material practicality, how they are showing up, how you're showing up. At the same time, you have this idea, you have this vision that you would like to have this relationship in a material form, with be with them together, like physically, materially. But there is a few steps, long steps that you both need to understand and take before you can do that. So there is like that kind of understanding of the whole situation is taking place at this moment. Hold on. Okay, let's get another layer. Cards are flying out for you. Okay, the death. Okay. Okay, King of Cups. Two more. Ooh, Seven of Pentacles and Fool. Fool and Magician, both of them like Gemini, Aries energy. Okay. Okay, with the Death card right under the Hierophant. Yeah, you are even ready to even let go of this idea that you guys gonna come together in a material way. You are even ready to do that. You don't expect anything on a material way. You don't expect them to show up. You don't expect them to reciprocate. You just want to hold this love. You just want to nurture the spiritual connection that you guys have. It's very hard to understand if you are not too much attuned with your the spiritual love. It's like you just hold that love in your heart, and you don't expect anything in return. You don't expect anything. So with the Death card, I'm feeling like that you are even ready to, you have the hope. You have the hope and vision that one day it's gonna manifest in materiality with all this like without conflict, without, it's gonna be much more like like loving and sharing and equal. You have that hope, but at the same time, you are, if like, you are even ready to let go of this kind of expectation that one day you guys gonna come together in a material way. You even ready to let go of that idea. If that helps you to bring your spiritual connection bonding together much more stronger, because your major focus is, because like you are really focusing on your spiritual connection with this person, because it's not about the connection for connection's sake. It's also because when you connect with them spiritually and hold it strong, it also make you feel alive. When you hold love in your heart, you feel love not only for that person, you feel love for yourself and other people, and you are desperately want to hold on to that feeling of love. So if that means that you need to let go that expectation that you guys can come together in a material form and build family and whatnot, you are even ready to let go of that idea. King of Cups came right under Devil and the Moon in reverse, that you have a lot of love for them. You want them to come to you in a material form. There is a desire there. You wanna, like you feel so much, so obviously you would like to share that in physicality. You wanna, like share them, share with them your words, hold hands, being together physically, share places, spaces, experience the same moment together. All those things is in your dream. You want that, but at the same time you know that you cannot focus too much of those wants, because that's gonna keep you in the loop of this material stagnation, and you are gonna feel this kind of aggravated energy towards this person, which gonna block your heart chakra and which gonna block your sense of love in your heart. So even though there is a lot of love you hold for this person, and you really want to share and do all this kind of material happy, like sharing kind of activities, but you are like you are holding them, but you are not really focusing too much on this. I want to get one more card on King of Cups. This is fine. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it's like, like with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So okay, I see there is a sense, that's why maybe you have to be so strong, because there is a lurking energy that you feel sometimes, even though you are manifesting the spiritual connection, but there is a strong need, it does not need a strong urge within you that feels like, oh, I just want to tell them how much I want to be with them. I just want to tell them that why they are not reciprocating with me. I just want to tell them that it's gonna be all fine if they just face their fear and come to me, like those kind of thing. There is a sense of, like a Knight of Pentacles in reverse, like there is a sense of urgency there, and you feel that, and that you know that there is that part of you which like long for this kind of physical intimacy, not only just sex and all that, but just to physically share the moments, share the space, share experience, create more memories, that kind of thing. You long for this, but every time you guys try to work on this, it doesn't work, and it creates this kind of material stagnation, and you know that, and that's why you are trying to get away from this kind of energy. And that's why, look at this, the Seven of Pentacles right under the Strength, and you are being very persistent, even though it's very hard for you to do that. Like you feel, because your spiritual connection with this person is so strong that you want to manifest that in materiality. You want to you want to create new experience with that person. You just don't want to be a ethereal connection with them. You want to be, all sorts of connection, but that is not possible at this moment, because every time you guys come together, it becomes this kind of toxic, it becomes this kind of negative spurge of things, and you know that. So you are trying to focus on your spiritual connection, and it takes a lot of energy, because there is this longing of material connection is there very strong within you, and but you are nurturing this strength so that you can keep on focusing on your spiritual connection and stop dwelling on your material lack with this person, and you are very persistent, and you are being very calm about it, even though there is a strong sense of, there is a strong emotion that runs underneath, which give you this sense of longing for this material connection. But at the same time, you are nurturing your strength. You are really trying to be on your strength. You're like you are nurturing that kind of strength to be on your spiritual connection with this person. And Magician with the Fool. Yeah, this is a new journey for you, and you know that, because we all need both. But with this person, like completely focus on spirituality, that kind of complete zone out focus is a new thing for you. You haven't done this before. You have this spiritual connection, but you also want this spiritual connection in a material form, which is much more, we are very accustomed to it. We know how to behave in that. We know how to share our moments with other person in the material world. But when it completely becomes spiritual, that you have to hold that love in your heart, so that you can love yourself and others, not only this person, that kind of journey is new for you. but I'm feeling that you are very focused to make it happen, because you don't want your heart to be closed. You have no expectation from this relationship, even though there is, but you are not really like actively wanting that. It's like a desire that's there, but you are not actively wanting this material thing from them. You are saying like, you know what, I know that we won't be able to be together, but I still want to love you in a spiritual way. I still want my heart to be open for you so that it can be open for others. If I close it for you, it's going to be closed for others as well. So I don't want that heart of mine to be closed. So I'm working really hard and focused on my spiritual connection with you, even though it is a new journey for me, even though it feels all new kind of experience for me. But I'm ready to do it, because I have to do it in order for my own sake, because I love to be in love, and I love that sense that where I can love others and love myself. So I don't want to close my heart to you, because that door will close to the others and to myself as well. So you are taking on this new journey with much more enthusiasm and much more focused and dedication and devotion, because you know eventually it actually leads up to your own benefit, so that you can keep your heart open, so that you can keep your higher self intact, so that you can keep your connection with the cosmos, with the universe intact, and you don't get jaded and numb by this material stagnation and dissatisfaction that caused by this relationship, caused by this connection. Okay, Aquarius, I'm gonna get one card. I'm gonna give you the divinely timely message. I'm gonna get one card for invitation, as invitation, and one for medicine. Invitation cards is like universe is inviting you to like let this energy in your life at this moment, and medicine is universe is cautioning you or telling you to heal that energy at this moment. Okay, so your invitation is the giveaway, and I'm gonna read it from the book. And your medicine card is the completion. That's your medicine. Okay, now see what it says. Completion. Okay, 23, giveaway. The invitation. Make a list of 10 people and things for which you are grateful. Connect with the feeling of gratitude. The giveaway comes to ask you to feel the same gratitude without needing anything or anyone to inspire it, and to share this gratitude with those you meet. As you offer thanks, your heart opens and you start realizing how much life has given you. You heal your feelings of scarcity and open yourself to the abundance that surround you. The giveaway invites you to be in the flow of life as you give freely and receive freely. I feel like this is the whole concept of this reading that I have been telling you. That's what you are trying to do, because you don't wanna restrict your heart based on how much the other person give to you. You wanna just love them irrespective of like whether they are falling short or you falling short in material realm. So that's the whole concept of giveaway. It's like love no matter what. Love all the way. Keep your heart open all the way. No, don't let that kind of, but it's very hard to do. It's very hard to do. Because our emotion, we get hurt when all this kind of thing, when things goes wrong and things goes down south, we get hurt. So it is a big challenge you are doing. I'm so proud of you that you are even thinking of doing this. This is extremely hard to do, and that's your advice. The whole message is your advice as a giveaway, and I feel like you are already in that energy. So it's not something that new kind of energy coming to you. You are already doing what universe wants you to do right now. Okay, completion is something that you need to heal from, that kind of energy. Okay, what is that? Let's see, number 9. Okay, the completion. Clinging to the old form will bring only decay. When fruit is left too long on the vine, it rots. You know that it is time to move on, yet are reluctant. Do not be afraid of hurting anyone's feelings. Remember that you are responsible for your actions, not the action of others. Mourn what is lost so you can move on. Do not be sad. Be like the sun at midday who shines brightly, neither longing for sunrise nor not dreading the dusk. So what is telling me that you need to do, if you are, like there is a, if you feel like that, like, oh, this did not happen, did not work out in material way the way I wanted to incorporate. You wanted both spiritual and material connection with this person. So don't, like, it's just saying, I think you are already kind of vibration with this energy already, because you are, like with the death and hierophant, you are already ready to let go of all this expectation, let go of all these old wounds, because it's kind of devil, and it's kind of, you are trying really hard not to dwell on that. So it's like reiterating the same energy that you are already doing. It's like, do not, like, even though it's painful, but you understand that you right now you cannot judge this relationship on the based on its material output. You can only judge this relationship based on how your two souls are connected, and that's the way you can let go of this old burden and old hurt, and really embody this new journey with the fool. And I think you are doing it, you are going to be doing it, that because you realize this is a sacred union. So right now you need to focus on this spiritual connection, and in the time, with time, it gonna be materially manifested, but it will take its own time. But you are not really holding on to this concept. Even you have to let go of this expectation of material manifestation, you will do that. But this is a sacred union, so you are keeping your heart open, so that that person, the love, can exchange between you two on a realm of soul and spirit. All right, Aquarius, this is a very soulful message. Hope you get something out of it, and hope it helps you in some form of some way. And okay, I will see you next time. Okay, bye bye, take care.